Everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Di from 18 Mundy Street, and I wanted to show you what we've been doing with. I've just started a board book, an altered book, using a children's very thick board book. You've probably seen them before, but if you haven't, they're a great thing to do. So my book now, I've actually followed along with LorriMarie Jenkins, who I've made a lot of altered books with before over the years. She's absolutely brilliant, and I'll link her channel and her video below. She's done it in 4 parts. And so I haven't made an altered book with her for ages, so I thought, look, I'm so tempted. So you can get these little board books for children for about $2 or maybe 50 cents at the op shop. The ones that she was using were about 6 pages, but this one I picked up some time ago. It's got more than 6, so we'll see how we go. If it becomes too chunky, I'll separate the spine and then either do a tab binding or something else with the pages when they're done. So the first step is to take some sandpaper and rough up the pages because they're all covered with a plastic. Do it in a well ventilated area because you get all the little bits of plastic coming off, and just rough it up so that we can stick our papers onto it. Go through the entire book and do that to every page. Then get some little papers. Now I've left the last page so you can see me. You'll need Mod Podge. Mod Podge matte is the very best thing for this that you will ever find. Now I would recommend that you use old thin book pages because it'll cut down on the bulk, because as you can as you follow along, we're going to be using a lot of different mixed media and stuff, and it will bulk it out. So all you do, I've left the last one so that you can see me do it. And you can dry these with a heat gun to quicken up the process if you like. But it's really therapeutic. I don't mind waiting for the pages to dry, and if you've got the time you can go slow and leave them to dry overnight. Depends what climate you're in. I wouldn't like to be doing it in the snow. It's a cool day here in New South Wales, Australia. Actually, it's middle of summer, and we had been having some 40-degree days, but 40 degrees Celsius that is. I think today's about 30, so it's really nice, a bit cooler today. So I'm just going to give that a good coating all over. And I will go down the spine as well, because why not? I found this lovely old bit of paper, just a good size. And as you can see, I have left the paper overhanging. That can just continue to be left, or what we'll do is we'll probably sand it off with a bit of either a nail file or a bit of a sanding block. Okay, torn edges are always the best to put down with Mod Podge, just in case you didn't know that. Just roughens up the fibres and they stick better. The same kind of idea as roughing up the paper with the sandpaper, getting rid of that plastic so that the glue and the paper can adhere really well. And I think I've got a little bit laying around. Yep, that'll be fine. Put a little bit of Mod Podge there. I might stick that on upside down. Wherever it's nice and gooey and slippery, you can use your finger to push it down lovely and strong, especially around any corners. This board book has curved corners, so I make sure I put extra glue on those curves, and when I put the pages down, I push that really well around into the curve like that, making sure that's really well, and I like to go up the edges as well, like that. And we probably just need a little bit for the corner here. Beautiful. Once again, I push that down, pressing that into the corner. Now it looks like we might need, I'll just lay that all down, because that was my last of that little book. I used a really ancient little old book for this, and 1833. Came from France through America, through one of those auction house sites where you can buy the old paper. My sister bought a box. Too expensive for postage for me to Australia, but she did, and she was kind enough to give me a few little things out of it, which was nice. And this is one of them, really beaten up. I mean, the cover was all disgusting, but hey, paper's paper, isn't it? We know the value of paper, don't we, girls? Okay, so that's all completed now, so all we have to do is just let that dry. Then what we are going to do is we're going to get some colour, some paint, just some ordinary acrylic paint, and a credit card. And I'll get my pottery dish. I've got this cute pottery dish I got at the op shop. It's so good. It's got a glaze on it, and it's not flat. It's got a tiny little curve, which is good. Great for putting paints on and cleaning it up. Okay, beautiful. I might just pause you there. I hope I don't cut you off. No, I won't. I won't pause. We'll just go onto this page, and that can dry while it's standing up like that. I don't think that'll get in my way. At least I hope it won't. Actually, what could I rest it on? I've got this cute little bear phone holder. He can use his foot to hold it up for us. Okay. Just move you a little bit. Beautiful. Right. Let's get some paint on my credit card. And let's paint the pages. Just whatever colours take your fancy. Just choose 3 random colours. I always like a rather bright one for the don't be too precious. You don't have to do the whole book either the same. You can use different colours on each 2-page spread. Okay, that's cool. I might do the next 2. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so then we've just got to dry that off. Then we're going to get some stencils and another colour paint, which I might choose a nice yellow ochre for my next colour. Okay, so back in a minute. Okay, we're back, nice and dry. Now I'm going to use, I just need a stipple brush or an old paintbrush. That's alright, I used the one that had a bit of Mod Podge on it, that'll be fine. My tried and true. Try and dry it off a bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to stencil something there. Just randomly here and there. It's probably not a good one to use, but anyway. That'll do. That will do. Let's clean that off. I like to clean my stencils off straight away. Just a baby wipe. It's like cooking, isn't it? If you wash the dishes up straight away, you're not left with a big mess. Or you could have a bucket of water next to you. But I wasn't I wasn't that smart. Okay. One stencil done. And now we've got to dry that one. So I'll be back in a minute. And we're back. Now I'm just going to add some get another brush. Hang on. Right, that's better. I'm just going to add some images. I probably should have done that before I stenciled. I kind of forgot what I was doing there a bit. But I'm just going to add some images to the page. Just some scraps laying around on my desk. So everything's nice and dry. Oh, maybe some music paper. Those of you who live in Australia recognise this paper from Witchcraft Do You Do. They wrap everything in it for us, which is wonderful when we purchase something. And then we can reuse it in our projects. Okay, just some couple of little things on the page. Maybe another one here. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Maybe something like that. Just scraps. Okay, and we'll be back. And we're back. And guess what? I wanted some texture paste for my next little bit to do some stenciling. Went to my texture paste and it was all dried. That just goes to show I was able to get it all out in one hit from the jar, luckily. And so now we're going to just diverge a little bit, and we're going to make homemade texture paste. I always do it at the beginning of January, and shame on me, this is what happens. I didn't do it this year. When you go to get it, you don't have any. Luckily, we can whip it up really quickly. I'll link I've got a two texture paste recipes video, so I'll link it underneath. So let's see, one of the recipes is 1 tablespoon of Mod Podge, 1 tablespoon of white gesso. So 1 tablespoon of the gesso. And clean off the spoon. I don't want to contaminate my Mod Podge, which I just refilled from my big jug. And one of the Mod Podge, nice and runny. Mix them together, and then all I'm going to do is get 3 tablespoons of talcum powder. Okay, so a quick word about talcum powder. It's been banned in Australia because of it's carcinogenic. You've got to be very careful you do not inhale the very fine powder. We grew up with talcum powder. I haven't breathed it in myself, and it's not illegal to use it. We just can't buy it here. But Johnson & Johnson have made, instead of the baby powder, the talcum baby powder, they do a cornstarch one, which is fine. I'll just go grab my powder. I bought this powder shaker off Temu, and it's so good because I can get to it quickly. So that was, what did I say? 3 tablespoons of the talc. Being very careful not to make any dust. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that went well. No fine particles in the air. Love the smell. I've got one that smells, it's got lavender in it. And what a happy surprise. Your texture paste smells like lavender. Okay, so I'm just going to stir that up well. We're not creating any dust. It's pretty well ventilated in my studio. So this is a nice little side surprise, isn't it? How to make your own texture paste. I must post it again on all the Facebook groups. I always post it so that everyone has it for free, because texture paste can be so expensive. And this is better. So if you don't have the white gesso, you can substitute that with white acrylic paint. That's fine too. And if you don't have the Mod Podge, you could substitute it with just an Elmer's school glue or any white PVA glue, and you'll have a good result as well. Well, look at that. That's made a lovely white, smooth texture paste, nice and quickly. I didn't think I'd be going there. Okay, so we have a texture paste. So I'll just bring in another stencil and a trowel. Okay, clean the spoon. Beautiful. put it back where it belongs. That's always a good thing. I mean, look at that beautiful creamy consistency. So now I'm just going to do some texture paste. Might be a bit too much on there. Not all over it, just in some areas. That looks nice. And maybe something here. See, doesn't that look lovely? That's nice. Maybe a little something something down there. Need to be an octopus. Okay. There, I'm happy with that. That is fantastic. Oh, felt under pressure. This is why it's so good, isn't it? When you've got an area where everything's at your fingertips and you know exactly where everything is. I just have to wash that off straight away. And we will have to let that dry. So back in a minute. And we're back. That dried, this beautiful texture paste dried super fast. I just want to knock that down now with a bit of sandpaper. So I'll take my sanding block. I'm just going to sand it down. I love the feeling of paper when it's sanded, and texture paste too. Okay, so that's just taken that back and it's nice and flat and smooth. Obviously be careful too of the when you're sanding. Okay, so now let's take a credit card, dip it in a bit of black gesso, and shall we make some marks on the page? Or like that. I like that. Right. Okay. A good old credit card. And we'd better let that dry. And we're back. I think the black gesso is pretty much dried. So now I'm going to just hit the pages with some Stays On ink in a timber brown. Stays On timber brown. I'm going to grunge the pages up. Doesn't it look amazing? Okay, happy with that. Now I'm going to stick some, I don't have any stickers or anything, but I do have some lovely little fussy cuts. So I'm going to put some little fussy cut images on here and there. Okay, let's see. Let's get this one down. Nice butterfly. And put you there. Using the Mod Podge. Nice. And I have this beautiful pink old rose. I'm going to put you down here. Nice. And another butterfly. Where shall we put the butterfly? Here. I like it there. It's heading toward the rose. Okay. Love the feel of Mod Podge. Okay, and I have this cute little shepherd boy. He's only a baby himself. I might sit him down here in the corner, feeding a baby lamb with a bottle. That's adorable. Oops, you're out of screen, sorry. Okay, so I've got my images down. Now, what about some napkin over the top of that? Some napkin? Is that too much? I don't know. I don't think so. That's what I get so much out of when I watch someone like LorriMarie. She does layer upon layer upon layer, and I think, that's enough now, it looks good. But no, she'll add another layer. And then I go, wow. But I'm all the time internally going, stop. I think, no more. And it just works. It's amazing. And then when you cut it back, adding gesso or sanding it off, and then add another layer, it's just magic. Absolute magic. I'll just go and have a look in my stash of napkins and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I found this one. It's got birds and little bits of pink. So I thought if I could just get some little bits of colour out of it. Then I can put it in here and there. So you don't have to cover, I don't want to cover up the whole lot. That looks pretty. That looks pretty. How about that? I know it's not much, but that'll do. And of course I separated the napkins from the tissue. That was a 3-ply, so uh-oh. Doesn't matter, I'm okay with that. Just broke up a little bit. Have to be gentle with the delicate paper. Okay. Oops. It all adds texture, if you don't worry. If you get a little bit crinkly, don't worry, it's all right. Okay, I'm going to try that off and then I'll think what we're going to do next. Okay, so here we are back. and it's all nicely dried. I like that. It looks like there's a fence behind the little farmer boy feeding his goat. So I think that's a good 2-page spread. Now I have to do the one either side, or do about 2-page spreads in a row, because the next thing, which I'm getting too tired to do today, but the next time we revisit this board book, we're going to be doing a beautiful acetate window, where we cut out the window and we put a transferred acetate image in. So that'll be exciting. I can't wait. So I might bring you along for my other 2-page spreads. I'm not quite sure. I might go on without you, but right now I think it's time for my nana nap. I hope you've enjoyed this, and thank you, LorriMarie, for your inspiration. And I'll see you all back for the next one real soon. See ya. Bye for now. Bye.